Welcome to Enlightened Abroad, the podcast, with Derek Stroud.
Episode 9. What's going on, everyone? Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging in. It's getting better and better and more informative, and I appreciate those of you who have shared on, subscribed. These things are going to be important for us as we move forward. So if you enjoy this, if you find anything useful, please share it on with 5 people. Ask them to subscribe on their favorite podcast platform. We are on pretty much every app out there. We are on, obviously, iTunes. You can go straight to the website. The reason is it helps this thing go on, and the more people that know, the more people can benefit from it. And it does help us to continue. So thank you for that. The woman you're going to listen to this week is a certified health coach. She is a lifestyle coach. She's a yoga teacher. She's got so many things going on that it's almost tough to just list them all, but you're going to hear about all of them. And one of the coolest things that she does is something called face fitness, which she's really excited about. And we'll get into that towards the end of the interview. But before we talk about Nigora in more detail, I want to just say, I know that this podcast is an hour, right? And when you think about, like, wow, an hour, I have to just sit down and cut out an hour of my day to listen to this. And then, why I can't do that, I have no time. I understand. This type of media is not really for the, block it out, just focus and listen. It's more about when you're cooking. Throw it on and do 15 minutes and see if it grabs you. And if it doesn't, skip it. Go on to the next podcast. Go on to the next episode. Or driving is if you drive, it's a great way to get it in. And it's not like you need to listen to the whole hour all at once in one sitting to digest and really focus. Hopefully you'll get 1 or 2 or 3 gems out of it, and that's good. So this is how you can get into podcasts and sort of utilize the free time, let's say the non-productive times. You can actually learn something. And it doesn't have to be this podcast. It could be another podcast. It could be audible.com, listen to books. I think this is a really cool way to passively absorb knowledge and passively get more stuff into us that can benefit us. It is a big ask, but I'm betting that it's going to be worth it. So many podcasts have come out that, with like really high level sort of media personalities with name recognition that it's like, whoa, okay, this is definitely going to be something. So what I'm going to talk about this week, do the like, do the share. It really supports us. If you go on enlightenedabroad.com, send an email through the contact form, and then we can put stuff on the show, suggest a guest or whatever. Couple things I found this week. I am all about Russell Brand these days. His podcast is so good, and Wim Hof breathing technique on there was awesome. I've been trying it. Don't do it in a car. Wim Hof is incredible. So thanks, Patrick, for introducing me to him. I'm going to link to that. Netflix has now gone into the sort of TED Talk model with Brene Brown. Brene Brown did, I think it's A Call to Courage is the show on Netflix. So it's not a stand-up. She is funny in it, but she's talking about vulnerability and shame, which is her life's work. And it's a Netflix hour. So go Netflix for jumping in the spiritual healing game. It's surprising that it's there. It's really, really cool. So that's something I would definitely check out. Again, Russell Brand on Joe Rogan, 3.5 hours of just like a whole new world, man. These guys are on a new level. Also, I heard Be Real is very good on Joe Rogan, and I have not listened to that one, but I've gotten really good, solid recommendations. My boy Danny in Hawaii, I'll take anything that guy recommends. So he has highly recommended Be Real on Joe Rogan. What up, Danny? Go Jersey. So digital nomads, if you want to be a digital nomad, there's a guy out there who's called World Nate on Instagram. I'm going to link to him. He recently contacted me about possibly doing a podcast. We're going to talk more, and he's got a partner, Intrepid Introvert. They do the digital nomad thing, and they have really cool branding package and I just like the way they approach the life. They're not too serious about it, but they clearly have gotten their game down, and their stuff is tight, it's solid, it's quality. So I would check them out too. Without further ado, please welcome Nigora Normatova. Nigora.
Hi.
That's a great way to start. Welcome to Enlightened Abroad.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. I'm very honored to have you here, actually. I was, as I said before, stalking your Instagram shamelessly, and I noticed a lot of cool stuff. I checked out your website too. I thought this show is about the expat journey and how we find meaningful things abroad, but it is kind of changing a bit. And one thing that struck me in your story, which I thought might be a good place to start, if we don't go chronologically, let's go back to your upbringing in Moscow, how you moved there, and then England, and then China. I love all that, but what really struck me was 25 years old, you had this moment.
Epiphany.
Can you take us there and tell us what happened, and then we'll go back and talk?
Sure. So exactly 5 years ago now, I was 25, and I was working for a private equity firm without pointing any names out. And I was really not happy. I was raising lots of money for this firm and talking to very high-level people, lots of lawyers, traveling to Shanghai, Hong Kong, Jakarta, all these places. But I was losing meaning in my life, and I was in a relationship as well. And there was one moment where I got out of my desk at the office and I left, and I went to Ras Al Khaimah to a hotel to just because everything in my body was just exploding, and I could not understand this. I could not understand the feeling in me. I was in so much pain. The digestive system was awful. I was losing weight every week. I took off to Iraq, stayed in a hotel, slept, read a book, came back to Dubai and thought, what the hell is happening to me?
So I live in Iraq, by the way. I love Iraq.
Right. Yeah. So
where did you go? Which hotel?
I can't remember.
It's not important.
One by the beach,
So can I ask a few questions?
Yeah.
I'm going to put myself a bit in the mindset of someone who doesn't know anything about this. And so what was it just that one day, or was it a build-up, or was it like a specific symptom and where in your body, or just a general?
It was a build-up. It was definitely a build-up because I was losing motivation to work in the company, and I was also realizing that what I'm doing is not sincere, is not genuine work, is not meaningful, and it's not bringing value to anyone, just value to my boss. And when I came to realize that, I lost myself, because I don't think that was very me. It was never an intention in my life to hurt people, from a financial perspective. And that's exactly what the company was doing. So I just didn't fit anymore. And I guess it was 6 months prior to that where I lost that joy working for this company. And then also, hitting that age. And now I can look back on it that, because we start aging, right? After the age of 20, 25, we start aging, and things that I could do before, I couldn't do anymore when I was 25. Or, I was feeling anything I'd eat, I was bloated. Anything I would drink, I didn't feel good. So the body was reacting, was signaling. And it was a buildup. It was definitely a buildup. And when I came back to Dubai from Iraq, I realized that there's action I need to take. So I quit the job. I was unemployed for 2 months.
And do you think it was something in your mind that was doing that to your body, or was it something externally you were taking in?
It just felt so foreign. Wherever I was at that point, it felt foreign. It didn't feel like me, and none of it made me happy. I was so disconnected back then. I had no idea about the soul, self-love, anything, nothing. Because for 25 years, I grew up thinking culturally that you're a woman and you need to get married sooner or later and you have to have kids, and that's about it. That's your life. So when I was, I had no idea who I was, and I cannot tell you whether that was my innate, I don't know. There was nothing there that there were no books that I read that would talk to me about self-empowerment back then. I was just so disconnected, and that's why I would bring it to a specific date, 25th of May, 5 years ago. So what, 2014, this is what I call my rebirth. This is when I woke up, and from then onwards, life has been a conscious journey. Before that, don't ask me, don't remember. It was completely out of touch.
It seems like a divine intervention or something.
Perhaps, yeah.
That shook you.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, the reason I'm asking so many details is because I think a lot of people feel that same thing, but maybe in a gradual, in my case, it was over 10 years.
Yeah.
It wasn't such a sudden moment. It was just a general dullness. And so I think your case is just fascinating. And
it was pretty fast, yeah, I have to say.
Yeah. So, okay. So you had this moment, and then I looked at your bio, and I looked at your life, and I thought you're in part 2. Mm-hmm. And part 1 would be like before 25.
Exactly.
And you're in part 2 now, which is this totally different thing.
Yes.
And so leading up to that, how was your diet?
Before
25.
Like
what would be a typical?
Lots of cow milk in the mornings with sugary cereal. Lots of chicken and meat every day, twice a day. Lots of bread. Lots of alcoholic drinks. Just so unconscious. And my vegetables would only consist of tomato, cucumber, and lettuce. That was the salad that my mom would make for lunch. But that's it. There was no conscious eating, because now when I talk to clients, I get them to cook and eat with love and loving intentions, all these vegetables that build in your body. Back then I had, no connection with food at all.
And do you think that was from where you grew up, or was it a general societal thing? Where did that come from?
Well, I think not specifically to my culture, to my society. I think we all grow up in a manner that we don't get taught about food and how food affects the body. Nobody in my family knew of it, especially my culture from Tajikistan. They know nothing about healthy eating. They just eat whatever is there. So, definitely, I don't think it's anything to do with my personal bringing up. It's just because that's the way the world is. You don't get educated on what you should be eating, what you should be avoiding, and how you should be treating food.
I know. This is a whole topic I could talk about for 2 hours. I recently turned plant-based.
Nice.
I would say a year ago. And I've annoyed tons of friends.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's like my body just reacted. Everything reacted in such a fast and drastic way. My mind was clear. I'm like, there's got to be something here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I just thought that was fascinating. This moment you had. I think it's great that now you can do what you're doing, and we're going to talk about that. Take me back a little bit to how you grew up and how that sort of built up to this 25.
So I was born in Tajikistan, and in 1991 we fled because the civil war started. So we moved to Moscow with all my sisters and parents and cousins, and I lived in Moscow until I was 13 years old. And then at 13 I was sent to a boarding school in England for 5 years, and then 4 years in Edinburgh. And within that 4 years in Edinburgh, I lived a year in China, Hong Kong and Taiwan and mainland China, yeah. So
a couple of things that I thought were cool. Do you have any memory of, say, your original country?
Tajikistan.
Yeah. Okay. Because you were 2 years old. Do you have any memory of it?
Tiny.
Yeah.
Really. But obviously now I go back.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. My family lives there, like
cool.
my grandparents and cousins and aunties. So I go back every year.
So which countries border it?
Afghanistan.
Okay.
China, Kazakhstan. Sorry, not Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan.
Got it. It's landlocked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Okay. Forgive my geography.
Yeah, that's okay.
But, and you said that you feel Moscow could be a home someday? You had a good time there?
Yes. Well, when I was growing up, it was tough for Russia overall. Now, life in Moscow has improved a lot since when I was there 20 years ago. But I don't know if I would live there. I mean, I love the place a lot. There's a lot of nostalgia there when I go there. But whether I'd go back, maybe when I'm a lot older to retire.
Okay.
I don't know, yeah.
Got it. And then England, when I talked to you on the phone, you said that it was really cool. I'm paraphrasing, but something like you had a lot of travels, but you took the best out of each one.
Exactly.
And so like the England part, what would you say you took from that experience? Because that was 13 years? No, 5 years.
No, I was there for 9 years.
9, okay.
Yeah. I guess, the language, obviously. Some etiquette, some how to treat people, how to, be disciplined myself, because I was in a boarding school. So that was pretty, you had to be organized, you had to be disciplined. Love for sports, that came from there.
Which sports?
I played hockey, I played netball, I played tennis. There was all sorts. Also, having your own voice. That definitely came from the UK, because that I would not have learned in Tajikistan for sure, because it's a very Muslim orientated, very sort of not against women, but women are in the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
Yes, that's how life is there. It's definitely improving, but not to the extent like UK, right?
So you mean having your own voice as a woman?
Yeah, and just choosing what you want to do. Because you don't have that in Tajikistan.
Really?
No. You get married when you're 18, you have kids by 21, and you're done.
No way.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't get married then at 18? Are you just old maid?
No, you get married. There's no way out. You get married.
What if you don't want to?
You don't have a choice.
Come on.
The parents will marry you, the grandparents will marry you off. So it's pretty, it's very standard.
What?
Yeah.
And
so
you must have
I'm very happy to not be there, obviously, and not to experience that and have my own life.
Do you think your parents obviously moved because of the conflict?
Yeah.
But do you think that they intentionally sent you there for that, to have that experience?
Well, my parents, my dad especially, he's very forward-looking. That's why he wanted me to have that life that I'm having today. So very grateful to him for pushing. And actually, I'm the only one out of the siblings that had that chance.
And are you married now?
No.
Okay. So that's a whole nother, there's so many things we could talk about.
Yeah.
That blows my mind, coming from the US.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't even have a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's suggested to get married, but it's not like you have to.
Yeah.
God.
Like maximum by 21, 22, yeah.
Wow.
I'm 30, still not married, so.
Okay, well, you're doing well for yourself.
Yeah.
Published author.
Yes.
Number 2 is coming, I think.
Yeah.
And, okay, so then China, you were doing a work abroad.
Yeah.
And you said something that it was the hardest struggle in your life to that point, the Chinese experience. What was that about?
No, it wasn't the hardest. It was actually the best. Obviously, it was hard with regards to the language, but I conquered that. I became quite fluent in Mandarin.
So ni hao ma?
Yeah, ni hao. So,
that's
but
all
obviously
that's all the Mandarin
been,
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's obviously been 8-9 years since I've left China, so I haven't practiced any Mandarin. I tried to keep it up, but it's very difficult when you're not using it. So I kind of dropped it. But it was a beautiful experience in China. I definitely wanted to stay there. But now, being who I am today, I don't think I would go back to China to live.
Okay. Why?
Air pollution, food, so lots of things.
There's a lot of dietary things they need to catch up on, right?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it true? I've heard they put plastic in the food sometimes.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's crazy. That's another. We have 5 podcasts already. Okay. Anything else you want to share that you took from this expat life? I don't want to say nomad, but you had 3 languages, right? Or maybe 4?
4, yeah. German as well.
German. How did German come in there?
I used to live in Germany when I was little.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you speak 4 languages now?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. And this multicultural experience, and it took you to to the Middle East to earn, I guess you were in some kind of finance job, you said?
Well, no, my parents moved here when I was 16. So then I just followed them when I was 22. And I moved here and got a job with a private equity firm and so on, after that.
It seems that your skills at that point would probably be valuable to them because all these languages.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Good schooling.
Yeah.
Good experience. And most people would say that's success, right? That job.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for you, it wasn't.
No. At the beginning, obviously, but then it was all lies. And I was so happy to get out of there.
So maybe it was this lying aspect, not living your truth or the truth of the world that you see is what seized your body up.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Have you ever seen Office Space?
No.
Okay, Office Space, classic American comedy, where they're in this office, you have to see it, and they just say, pretty much, this is all bullshit, and, they scam the company, and there's one famous scene where this guy takes out the photocopier and just starts smashing it with a bat.
Oh, wow, okay.
So you had this Office Space moment.
Yeah.
And did you know what was coming next? Did you have any idea what you wanted to do? So how did you go into the next phase?
So I was unemployed for some time and for 2 months, and I was so lost. And that at one point, I remember, like today, I remember this moment. I sat on the carpet of my bedroom and opened my arms like into prayer and sort of said, I didn't really have a religion. I didn't really believe in, these things, but just opened my hands and I said, help me, somebody out there, help me, give me some sort of sign to tell me what do I need to do with this life that I have. The next morning I woke up and a friend of mine, next morning I woke up and we were moving apartments, so I was cleaning out things and I came across a book that I created. It was called A Book of Dreams, full of drawings, full of stories, full of dreams that I wanted to aspire to. And that's when I created it when I was 21 years old. So when I was looking at this book, I thought, God, this girl was amazing, so ambitious, so creative, so full of life. And what I am today is completely not that person that I was. So something was definitely out of balance. So in that moment, I closed the book. I broke up from my relationship at the time, almost immediately, and went to meet up with my friend. She offered me a job at an IVF clinic as a business development manager. So I took that, and then another friend offered me to go see this sort of nutritionist. And I said, I don't need a nutritionist. Go and see her. She'll help you. So that's when I went to see her. And that's when really life changed, because she told me a few things here and there, how I should eat, what I should change. So I followed, and there was so much change in my personality and how I talk and how I perceived life, and I thought there must be some sort of connection. So I started Googling more, reading more, and then somebody suggested, why don't you, because I was working in an IVF clinic, so I was surrounded by doctors in that medical industry, and I thought, it would have been so lovely for me to become a doctor, but I'm too old. This is me when I was 25. And this girl, this dietitian, she said, well, you can still be a health coach, health consultant, and help people with their lifestyle. I said, that sounds interesting. So she gave me a link to the institute. I signed up within a day, and that's when things took off.
That was which institute?
Institute of Integrative Nutrition.
Okay. And then your thing became nutrition worked for me. So
I need to share it with everybody else.
Got it.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of healing modalities and coaching and all this stuff. Would you say that you have one main one? And would it be nutrition?
Yes, that'd be my health consultancy, because I believe that health is your foundation. So if you eat, drink right, then you're building yourself a good foundation and opening yourself up to other healing modalities. But you cannot go and get Reiki or Theta healing if you go eat McDonald's and drink way too much alcohol. It's not going to work. So first, fix your diet, because the diet is the building blocks of your body, and then go open yourself up to other things.
That's good advice. And do you still drink alcohol?
No.
So you cut that out too?
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Good for you. And okay, So that nutritionist, were you at all skeptical of going to a nutritionist?
No, not at all.
The first time?
I needed help.
You knew it?
Yeah, I needed something.
The reason I ask you is a lot of people need this, and we hear a plane because we're in Dubai outside of Life in One. So, but a lot of people would say it's a strange reaction. I don't know if you could help someone with this who's like, I don't need that. I'm good. I've been eating this stuff for years. It's never been a problem.
Yeah.
But then if someone suggests go to a nutritionist, it almost is defensiveness.
Yeah.
Have you experienced that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the people that come to me are open for help, right? So I don't get resistant people. They're already ready for me to advise them something. But anybody else, honestly, I don't push anyone. If it's a friend, and, I had a friend who suffered from gout, and only like recently I've helped someone with gout, literally eliminated gout for this guy. And my friend knows it, but yet he wouldn't come and ask for help because he doesn't want change. And that's okay. It's not my responsibility. It's only my sort of responsibility to be there when that person comes to me and help them as much as I can. But I will not push.
Okay. So what would you say to someone who is resistant but needs it, who might listen to this?
I would advise to just know that it is possible to get up in the morning and feel good.
I love that.
Right? And that can be achieved through lifestyle changes. It is all because those people that you're talking about that are resistant, they're just so used to their discomfort zone. It's almost a comfort zone that they are scared to get out of it, that they're scared to take any changes. But it just takes one little step. And when you get the taste of feeling good, then you get addicted to it and you're like, I want more of that.
It starts to spin the opposite way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love what you said. That was beautiful. Thank you. I had a gout
did you?
attack this year, and I had a second one. So it's funny that you're here.
That's very funny.
Is it based on kidneys?
Yeah.
Okay. But it happened to me after I did a detox, and I did a 3-week detox. I don't eat meat. I wasn't drinking alcohol, and I don't do sugary drinks. And I think it detoxed something more emotionally. Is that possible that gout could be a reaction to some emotion?
Could be, yeah. I mean, your uric acid needs to be checked if that was super high. But also the detox could have evoked that as well, because as you're cleansing, things come to surface, right? So you just need to continue cleansing. It'll take you at least 4 months of cleansing.
4 months to get the uric acid?
Yeah, because every 4 months we change our blood circulation changes, so it takes usually 4 months to heal from something.
Okay.
Or to start the healing. Yeah.
So this is not my personal session, so maybe we'll talk about that after, but I just thought, oh my God, because it just happened to me this week. I almost couldn't come here. It's connected to anger or fear,
as
right?
Well, fear.
Fear. Damn it. Damn it. I didn't want to go here. Okay. And I like what you said also about not pushing. I tend to do that a lot, and I think that's...
Oh, do not. Yeah. You stressing yourself out more from that. And I've learned that because I was like you. I would push my ideas. I would push my theories. But then I learned that I don't get anything out of it. Stress, and I'm pressuring other people. And they're not ready. And it's a level of maturity to get to a stage where you just allow them to be and accept them as they are.
The thing is, though, I mean, it's coming from a good place, right? Because you experience healing, you experience this epiphany that you had. Don't you want to just share it with everyone? Everybody should feel this way, no?
Yes, but I do that in my public talks. I'm very, I try to motivate people, and out of 100 people, let's say 5 will be affected. And it's a very small number if you think about it, but it's good enough.
Why do you think this is, that what's good for us, as a general question on this planet, that's good for us? Why is it that we're drawn to the opposite? Why do you think?
Well, there's a lot of emotional stuff, emotional patterns, behaviors. There's a lot of fear. I don't want to change. I don't want to change to something new. I'm comfortable where I am. I'm comfortable with my medication. I'm comfortable with my diet because that's all I've known. This is how I grew up. And I think also, I wouldn't say it's laziness. It's just also, they just don't know. They haven't been taught. So they would refer, oh, well, my parents used to eat like this, so what's the problem with me eating like this? Or my grandfather used to smoke and he died at the age of 95, but they're also forgetting that their grandfather grew up in a completely different environment. The air was cleaner, the water was cleaner, the minerals, the soil was full of minerals.
The cigarettes were probably actually cleaner too.
Exactly.
They're probably pure tobacco.
Yeah, but today everything's changed so much, and the electromagnetic fields are so strong, right? From your phone, from your computer, from the Wi-Fi in the buildings, and the level of stress is so much higher. And people are today more concerned about hitting targets, earning more money, because they have more responsibilities, they have kids to look after, they have parents to look after, they're ambitious and reaching somewhere in life without realizing that that's not the point of life. The point of life is to experience life in all of its wholeness, right? In all of its forms, the ups and the downs and anything in between. We don't need to achieve anything. We can if we want to, and we can thrive for it from a good place, but not from a place of negativity and pressure. And I need to get there because I need to prove to people that I can do this.
It's a difference, what you're talking about, I think, between scarcity mindset
and abundance.
Right?
Exactly.
I was listening to Dharma talk. Do you know the Dharma talks?
Yeah.
It's Buddhist Dharma in the car. And Jack Cornfield was talking about how he had to do a Buddhist center, but they have to deal with money. They have to deal with making money. Otherwise, the thing closes. Mm-hmm. But what you said is really good about putting a positive energy towards it. So money is a neutral thing.
Yeah.
But if we put a positive energy toward it,
exactly,
it's okay. But when we put that negative spin,
exactly,
it becomes grasping.
It doesn't stick to you. The money won't stick to you. And you have to have a right relationship with money in order to understand it, to be open to it, to attract it. If you're working from a place of negativity and fear, this is what you're attracting. More negativity and more fear.
So how do you do that now? Because that's how you were living the first part of your life, and you changed, the diet changed. Do you have any practices that you use to live in that, continue to live in that space?
I guess I'm very passionate about what I'm doing, because that passion has kept me going, and it hasn't been easy at all. You go through ups and downs, you go through moments of luck and finances, and yes, finances, no, and opportunities. And it's hard. It's very hard. But because I really glued myself to the idea of I need to help people, I need to share the knowledge, no matter what, that helped me. So I guess the advice would be for people is to find their passion, really, to find what they like and follow it no matter what, because there will be storms, huge ones, but it's your resistance, and definitely leading a healthy lifestyle kept me strong.
Right. So
it's very important.
Yeah, it's like you had your touchstone of the diet, the nutrition. Mm-hmm. So do you ever get down?
Yeah, of course.
And
of course. I'm a human.
So what brings you
up?
Yeah, what brings you balanced?
There was one day I'll never forget. I was so down. It was a couple of years ago. And I just randomly got a call from an old client. And she just said, I just wanted to call you to say that you're doing such wonderful work and you're inspiring people. And I'm like, where's this coming from? And I shared with her that I'm actually feeling really down today. And she said, no, you cannot. You have to keep going, you have to inspiring. And I guess that's what keeps me going, to think about the people that I have helped. And the joy I get from, seeing the transformations. And of course I get down, of course, but I try to limit my downtime. I don't dig into it.
Okay.
It'll be 1 day, maximum 2 days, and then I'm out of it.
Did you get funky this last week with Mercury retrograde?
No.
That was a mess.
Really? I didn't feel it at all.
Oh, it was bad.
Because that was actually my Kundalini training last week. Yeah, so that was the most amazing, beautiful,
that was the perfect
healing
time to
moment.
do it.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't feel anything.
Perfect time. So tell me exactly then, what do you do now? You have a very a very good website, something called Catch the Sun.
Eat the Sun.
Sorry, Eat the Sun.
Yeah.
Is your thing, your philosophy.
Eat the Sun came to me when I was meditating 5 years ago, because I was so young and naive, and I was like, I've got the best business idea, as in not business idea, but I have the best idea. I need to help people. So I need to put a name to this company that I'm creating. So I went into meditation, and I just remember beautifully how I sat there at the edge of the cliff and I asked my inner child to go and find the name of my company. So she went off and she was going through all the words, and she came back and said to me, eat the sun. So I woke up immediately, I wrote it down, and I wrote down the principles. Eat the sun, number 1, eat the foods grown by the sunlight. Eat the sun, number 2, absorb vitamin D, be outside, be active. And eat the sun, number 3, be happy, illuminate from within, right? And these are the principles that I work on. I am a health consultant, so I encourage people to eat foods grown by the sunlight, more natural, get them back to basic. I'm a yoga teacher and a personal trainer, so I try to get people to move their body. And I also, when you do health and lifestyle consultancy, for sure things come up, emotional patterns, emotional, stress moments, relationship problems, they come up in our consultations. So I try to help people to identify and help them release the patterns. However, having said that, my work helps, but something more serious like family constellation would be more relevant to someone who has, things they want to let go of with regards to family and stuff. Some things I can do myself is just by helping that person to go deep and understand the trauma that happened in their childhood. But I believe that I'm a starting point. I spark that person up, I get them to wake up, and then they can go and use all other modalities to help themselves. Remember, as I said, health is the foundation. Once that is set in stone, then you can go and explore all the other ways to grow.
Yeah, I agree with you, because once you start to put good stuff into your body, everything else starts to transform, and you stop wanting to put bad stuff into your body, including thoughts. You said before that it was sometimes like really challenging. And what are some of the biggest challenges of being a lifestyle coach for you? People's
trust, because they would rather go to a doctor, someone with a white coat. I guess not to undermine the medical industry, they're needed and they're highly appreciated. But there are some moments where they lack, for example, communication with people. Right, they only have 10 minutes for their patients. To really listen and see what is really going on with that client. Is it really just a stomachache, or is it some sort of emotional pattern that's happening here? To advise to drink more water, to advise to eat more vegetables. They would never do that because they don't learn these things at their medical schools. And this is where my insecurity comes in, is just because I don't have a white coat, I have to fight for my word. I have to fight for my theory and my beliefs and my faith in food, in natural food. And that's why I'm 30 years old today, and I'm planning when I'm 40, I'm going to go to medical school to just get those damn letters after my name, get that white coat in order to help even more people.
It's great. I can share with you a lot of people who are doctors who are doing this stuff. I follow a lot of them because I get a lot of resistance too, since I've been plant-based.
Yeah.
So you have to fight a bit for the validity of what you're doing. And also, tell me if I'm wrong, but doesn't it take longer for the natural way to heal?
Of course.
So like a pill will cure the symptom immediately almost.
Yeah.
And then you feel better. Yeah. But it didn't cure the cause.
The root cause.
Whereas food or nutrition.
Yeah, it would.
Right.
And that's when you need patience. Yeah.
Well, that's really well put. And you also wrote this book because you said this wake up. What is it? Wake up?
Wake up, stop snoozing on your health.
Okay.
It's a great title. So I published that 2 years ago, and it's been wonderful. It's helped a lot of people. And now actually there's an online program with Wake Up. So instead of reading a book, there's 17 or 18 videos of me helping you to go through the program. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you manage the business? We were talking before a bit about social media, the business, this part of it that is this whirlwind of internet and stuff, which is so much this and so much this, like on your phone. I'm making a movement with my hand here because nobody can see. But how do you How do you balance that part that you're doing?
So I do everything myself. The website, the social media, content creation, everything's done by me, which can be a little bit difficult sometimes because I need to be creating, developing, but also focusing on my clients. But it's okay, I'm managing.
How do you do that?
I don't know, I guess because I'm eating healthy, I have all this energy. How do you
time manage that?
I guess I just wake up early. I don't know. It just happens. I'm very organized. I'll plan things out. I get advice from people, like with regards to my social media. I've contacted a friend, and because she's in this industry, so I'll get advice from her. I edit my own videos. I do all of that. Before, I remember it took me hours to upload a video, but now I do it in like 5-10 minutes, edit quick and let it upload. I don't know. I guess I've lost that perfectionism that usually is an obstacle.
Yeah, I get
definitely dropped that because it was holding me back.
What do you use to create the Instagram stories?
InShot.
InShot, okay. Because what I'll do is I'll put some links down there.
Yeah,
and
sure.
To help people. One of the things in your website said you surround yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Oh, because you set your boundaries. You know when to say no. And you can feel whether this person is draining you or nourishing you. And I've got to that stage where I invest more time and energy into people that I enjoy my time with, where I feel energetic after spending 5 hours with them, and I just contact less or spend less time with people that don't do that, that drain me. And that might sound a bit rude, or but I'm not at that stage to think that.
And you, at this point, you can just tell, and you just
and that's called self-respect. Yeah,
that's great. And can you tell me about anything new you have coming up, or any?
Yes. So as I told you, the online program, the Wake Up, is out. It's been out for a week. The new online program, a new course of yoga and fitness training will be coming up in about 3 weeks' time. And also I'll be teaching face fitness classes in Life in One. And face fitness is all about exercising the face in order to have a radiant, glowing skin, wrinkle-free, without any chemical intervention.
Okay, we were supposed to talk about face.
Yeah, face fitness.
Tell me what it is, face fitness.
So it's simple exercises. Well, not that simple. The exercises that move your muscles in your face, because you have a lot of them. You have 57 muscles, and they need to be moved. They need to be toned in order to have a glowing, good quality skin. And that's what you achieve through these exercises. Just like you'd go to the gym, train your legs, your arms, that's what you do through face fitness. And I came to it myself about 2 years ago, and I really felt the difference in my quality skin. And then I thought 6 months ago that I have to share this knowledge with people because I want to empower women to look and feel good without makeup. That was my initial idea. And of course, I'm not against makeup. Fine. Wear it if you want. But wear it more consciously. Wear it not to hide yourself, but to just, for fun. Because you are perfectly enough as you are already, right? So no need to enhance yourself with any chemical product. And I've taken a very conscious decision on 1st of November 2018 to stop wearing makeup.
To
stop completely. So I don't have a single bit of makeup. Actually, I do have some things left, but I need to ship them to my sister. But I've done all my my photo shoots, my online program recording, all the filming, all the corporate events that I do, the big, small, everything is done makeup free. And of course, the first week or two, I felt very naked and raw in my face.
Really?
Yeah, of course. But I pushed through it, and what I realized that people don't care. Actually, that I actually see difference when I wear makeup or I don't. And that was a big realization. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was all in my head.
Wow.
Nobody cares. And that's what I try to tell women as well when I work with them, when I do face fitness with them. And I slowly am accomplishing my mission and maybe converting women to feel more confident without makeup.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I have 3 young nieces who I love very much, and hope one day that they listen to this.
Yes, that'd be wonderful.
So I noticed there was a lot of muscles on the face and
Yeah.
they're connected to organs and things like that, right?
Yes.
That's fascinating too. What do you think is the most meaningful thing that you're doing right now? I know you're doing a Kundalini yoga training.
Yeah.
You're also a yoga teacher.
Yeah.
You are a face fitness coach.
Yeah.
And what is
health and lifestyle, yeah.
And the health and lifestyle.
So I guess the most meaningful would be my face fitness. I don't know. I just feel that because it's aesthetic, because people want to look good before they feel good, I guess. That's why I'm getting a lot of work there specifically. And it's very accessible and it's all about self-reliance. I'm not telling you, oh, buy these products to look good. I'm not telling you to go and do this treatment to look good. No, you just need your face, your muscles, and your hands. That's it. To perform the exercises. And that is very meaningful for me because I'm giving confidence to women. I'm telling them that you can look good. You can get rid of the lines on your forehead. You can eliminate the asymmetry that you can have in your face. And I guess it's very powerful.
So like the bags under your eyes and stuff, can you get rid of that with face fitness?
Yes.
Can you show me?
Just some exercises I'll show you, yeah.
Okay, we can't do it now.
Yeah.
And is there anything else? I think this was there's so much in there,
Yes.
right? And I want to give you a platform to talk about anything else. So if there's anything else that you want to share, go for it.
Thank you. But I guess just perhaps if people visit my website, they'll get to know me more and they can decide what they want to do, whether they want to sign up to an online program and, have videos to help them to wake up to their conscious living, healthy diet, or maybe they want to do a face-to-face or an online program, like a Skype video call that I do to help people. There are various ways that I can help someone, but it's just when the person is ready. Once they're ready, I'm there. With a full embrace, I'll do it. But we're not to push anyone.
Yeah, that's a good lesson for me. But the thing is, you don't want people to get to that place where they break down, but maybe it's necessary. Do you think so?
Exactly, yeah.
Do you think it is?
Yeah, and some of them will get to that place and they will stay in that place and they'll never get out of it, and that's okay. Some of them will get to that place and get out of it. Wonderful. And then you can be there for support. But it's their journey.
Wow, this was like a healing session for me.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
So if someone's listening and they want to get in touch with you, the best way is your website?
Yep, or Instagram account.
Okay, and what's your website?
Which is, my website is www.nigoranormatova.com and the Instagram is Nigora_coaching.
Okay, I'm going to link all that in the show notes, and that's the best way to contact you.
Yeah.
And then you're at Life in One doing face
fitness.
Fitness.
Yeah.
And what else are you doing at Life in One?
That's it, really, just that. But I mean, you can book health consultations here as well. Health and lifestyle. You can book private face fitness consultations. So a bunch of stuff.
Great, Nigora.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Enlightened Abroad. Have a great day wherever you are.